Hello and welcome to another episode of Blue Alpine TV. In today's episode, we'll talk about the best cryptocurrency exchange you should use in order to invest into the different cryptocurrencies. So let's say you have started with an investment thesis. So you're saying, for example, artificial intelligence or governments using blockchain or any kind of investment thesis or any kind of subject that you have decided on. Has kind of decided your portfolio. You've done your research, you've looked at our research reports, and based on that, you finally want to invest into cryptocurrencies. So what we have done is kind of given you a short overview over the different exchanges there are. Obviously, there are hundreds and more, and what we have done is picked the most important ones. So for every kind of different need, the cryptocurrency exchanges mentioned here should actually help you to invest into the different currencies. Now, in order to get this file, you have to join our Telegram channel because I'll share it in the Telegram channel after this episode. So please join the Telegram channel. The link is below. For the podcast listeners, the link is in the show notes. So let's get started. So depending on your goals, you might look into different cryptocurrency exchanges. What we have done, we've looked at the most common ones, the most known, and we have created this list, and there we'll go through all of them. So the first one is Binance. Binance is, I want to say, one of the biggest altcoin exchanges. Binance is known to list different altcoins quite quickly, and once they are listed on Binance, it means it's kind of a sign of quality. Although this is not, this is very subjective, of course, to Binance, but it kind of means that there is a certain amount of liquidity around that you could actually use. Now, Binance is based in Hong Kong and Tokyo. Nobody knows exactly where their servers are. And they have recently actually moved to Malta as well. So the business part is in Malta, and there are kind of rumors that the servers are in Hong Kong and Tokyo. Now, Binance is one of the cryptocurrency exchanges that has reacted quite well to different hacks and has kind of intervened when necessary quite quickly. So I think it's a good exchange when it comes to altcoins. Now, the main currencies are a bit difficult to list because there are literally hundreds. There are a lot of currencies that you can trade in at Binance. Main difference is that there is no exchange for fiat. So you have to kind of already have cryptocurrencies, send it to Binance, to your Binance wallets in order to trade it. Their fees, there is a 0.1% trading fee, and you can deduct 50% of the trading fee if you choose to trade in Binance coin. So the BNB coin is Binance native coin. They have ideas and plans about building it even more closely into the exchange and into a different type of project. But for now, the BNB coin, so you can, for example, buy Litecoin at a different exchange, send it to Binance, trade it for BNB, and then use BNB in order to conduct other tradings. There are different fees if you want to send money to a wallet. The reason for that is, for example, there are minimum required tokens in order to actually send money away. So, and that can get quite expensive if you have very little coins on your wallets on Binance. So keep this in mind when trading with Binance. Noteworthy here, altcoins. So if you're thinking about investing into different altcoins, this is the one to go. Next up, we have Bitfinex. Bitfinex is the world's largest and most advanced cryptocurrency trading platform. Bitfinex was kind of the main user or main creator of this token called USDT, so US dollar Tether. And there is some controversy around Tether. I don't want to get into it right now. However, Bitfinex allows you to kind of exchange money for USDT and use then that USDT as a kind of equivalent, as a trading pair in different currencies. So for example, you can use USDT to exchange for Quantum. So you could use that in order to do that. Here we have the main currencies. Again, a lot of currencies. And Bitfinex is actually, I think the business is partly in Hong Kong and now new in Zug in Switzerland as well, because Switzerland has quite relaxed cryptocurrency laws. The main currencies, as we can see here, there are a lot. I have linked them in the sheet. So if you want to look it up, it's here. Then there are different fees. Here there is a maker fee and a taker fee, and you will see this actually down below as well. And the maker fee is actually when you kind of create a trade that doesn't have an equivalent anti-trade on the order book. Because if it had that, it would be a taker fee. So if you, for example, let's say you want to buy 1 Bitcoin and there's someone selling 1 Bitcoin for exactly that price, then a taker fee would apply because you're removing liquidity from the market. In the terms of, let's say you want to buy 1.7 Bitcoin and there is no one selling exactly 1.7 Bitcoin for that price, you would be charged the maker fee because you're creating kind of liquidity in the market. So this is just as an explanation. So it's 0.1 and 0.2%. There is no exchange for fiat. And noteworthy is honestly that it's mainly backed on USD Tether. There is some controversy, and for now I would stay away from Tether, but I wouldn't stay away from Bitfinex. I still think it's an okay exchange. Now BitMEX is our next one, and BitMEX, it's not really clear where they're located. I've looked it up. I wasn't able to find anything. Their founders have different backgrounds, and one of them, most of them are from the US. So I'm assuming it's a US based exchange, but I don't know where they are incorporated. Now, their main currencies are Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Dash, Litecoin, Monero, Ethereum, Ethereum Classic, Ripple, Zcash, Cardano, and I think they have more, but they don't have a full list. But I think these are kind of the more common ones. Now, what is special with BitMEX, and I absolutely don't recommend this if you're a beginner, they have something called leveraged trading. So what you can do is you have here, it says it here, contract types, a speculative Bitcoin perpetual with up to 100x leverage, no expiry, and low fees. They have the same with Monero, and I have here a typo, so it's not XEM is actually not that, but here. So so what you have here with these types of leverages is basically that you can put up $1, but you can leverage it so you have $100. Now this goes both up and down. So if your $1 trade is actually down, you're actually losing $100, and you have to pay BitMEX in that case. So this is really only for advanced traders, and it kind of the fee structure also depends on the leverage. So there is no clear fee structure there, but there is exchange for fiat, so you can send US dollars here, but this is mainly for leverage trading. Next up, we have Bitstamp. Bitstamp is based in Luxembourg and Slovenia. It's fairly simple cryptocurrency exchange, one of the few first ones. They offer Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Ethereum, and Ripple. And they have a fixed fee of 0.25% when it comes to trading. There are different fees if you're, let's say, if you're sending money to Bitstamp, but using like a credit card and all of these things. So it kind of depends on whether you send it via bank transfer and via credit card. You can look it up on their website. They have the option to exchange for fiat, and they have a Europe focus. So if you're based in Europe, my recommendation for you, use Bitstamp. Next up, we have Bittrex. Bittrex is based in the US and has just recently actually opened up registrations again. So you can go ahead and register an account. How many coins are actually supported? Again, a bit difficult to say. If you click on markets, you can see that they have a lot. There is a conclusive list at the link, so if you want to check it out, you can click on the link. The fees are same as Bitstamp, so 0.25% on both maker and taker, so it's the same. But they don't offer fiat exchanges, so you can only send money to Bittrex by sending cryptocurrencies. And I would say it's like the number 2 when it comes to altcoins. I think in the bull market, Binance has been a bit more stable for most people, so I think it's a good exchange. However, Bittrex is just as fine if you want to trade different altcoins. Then next up we have Checks or I don't know how, CEX.io, and they are based in London in the UK, and they offer Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Gold, Dash, Ripple, Stellar Lumens, and Zcash. They have fees of 0.16% and taker fees of 0.25%, so a bit more expensive on the taker compared to Bitfinex. They do exchange for fiat, so you can send money basically with their system, and they're kind of more based and focused on the UK. And I haven't used them honestly, but I know that some people have, and some people are really happy with it. Next up, we have a big one. We have Coinbase. Coinbase is based in US, I think in San Francisco, and they have, I want to say, easily the best user experience when it comes to cryptocurrencies. They support Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, and Ethereum. They have different fees for investing and trading. Again, if you click the link, you will see that they have these different fees depending on whether you're sending bank transfer, whether you're doing like credit card transfers, etc., etc. So you can click the link here. They allow fiat exchanges, so you can send both a US dollar and euros, I think. And in my opinion, they are the best exchange when it comes to beginners. So it's fairly simple, it's very straightforward, it's a very good user experience in all. So if you're new to cryptocurrency, I would suggest make a Coinbase account, send some money there, try it out, send some money to friends, try to send it to a wallet, and also check out our video at the beginning of this channel where we actually walk a beginner through setting up Coinbase, setting up a wallet, and then sending money from Coinbase to the wallet. Next up, we have Gemini. Gemini has been founded by the Winklevoss twins, and they have basically two currencies. They have Bitcoin to USD and Ethereum to USD, as well as Ethereum to Bitcoin. They are based in the US, I think, in the East Coast. They have a bit more dynamic fee structure. So depending on how many trades you are doing per month, the fees are a bit different, but they are in the same range, I think, as CEX. They do allow fiat currencies, and I think if they support more currencies, it could be quite an interesting exchange. It's also, from the user experience standpoint, it's quite okay. Especially if you're kind of a bit more experienced, in my opinion, it's a good exchange in that regard. Next up, we have GDEX, and GDEX is actually the backend of Coinbase. So GDEX, imagine GDEX being like a more professional version, or more geared towards institutional investors compared to Coinbase. So Coinbase is more for the beginners and GDEX more for the pros. And GDEX is actually quite, has the same amount of stability and has the same amount of coins as Coinbase. However, there are kind of rumors that the new coins will get listed first on GDEX before getting listed on Coinbase. So we'll see how this goes. What is interesting, maker fee is actually 0% and a taker fee is 0.3% when it comes to trading on GDEX. They do allow fiat exchanges, and noteworthy here is just that they are only supporting the basic currencies and not a lot, but other than this, also a fairly stable cryptocurrency exchange. Now Kraken, I actually thought Kraken was based in Europe, but they are based in the US, in San Francisco, and they have a lot of different coins, so they are kind of in between the main coins and some altcoins. They have these coins here that you can see, and for the podcast listeners, it's quite a long list, but they do have a maker fee of 0.16% and taker fee of 0.26%. Again, if you trade more volume, these fees will actually decrease, but assuming that we are not in the millions when it comes to trading, these fees will still apply. They do have exchange for fiat, so you can send both euros and USD. I do know that they have European bank accounts, so you can try that out. And my recommendation, Kraken has been quite slow during the last, I want to say November, December-ish, but I do know that they have done an update. So I think give them a shot. I would say in general, try to get an account with almost all of these exchanges. When it comes to your main trading activities, I think you should decide on 1 or 2 exchanges and then focus on those, mainly to understand the functionality and how they work and how they behave, especially when the volume keeps spiking up like we've had, for example, in December and January. These exchanges tend to go down, so they are offline, so it's quite annoying, to be honest, in order to do trading. That being said, my recommendation, use Binance for altcoins, use Coinbase if you're a beginner. If you're in Europe, use Bitstamp. And if you're kind of into the basic currencies and need quick trading, for example, because you're building an application or anything, you can use GDEX as well. Kraken, not bad. So all of the exchanges that I'm mentioning here are not bad in any way, and this is not like a list in terms of which is better. I think all of them are good, all of them have their strengths and weaknesses, but I think learning one platform and then staying true with that one platform makes sense if you need to trade fast and quick. So this is our video today for this. Well, I'll see you on the next one. Like I said, I will share this document in the Telegram channel, so make sure to join the Telegram channel. I will link it there. And yeah, if you are new to this channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the podcast. We also have a podcast. And yeah, like this video. I'll see you on the next one. Join our Telegram channel, don't forget, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye.